Orlando, and I'm going to show you how to make your very own oat milk at home. So welcome, aspiring oat milk maker. It is super easy and I believe in you. To make a very basic oat milk, you are going to need 1 cup of your choice of oats. Today I'm just using regular quick oats from the store. You are absolutely welcome to use a Purity Protocol gluten-free oat. This is important if you have celiac disease or any gluten intolerance. Of course, you want to make sure that you're using pure gluten-free oats. You will also need 1 teaspoon of oil. It's a little bit of oil, but it goes a very long way. And today I'm using avocado oil. However, you are also welcome to use canola oil or sunflower oil, just a neutral oil that works for you and your allergies. And then finally, we'll need a little bit of sea salt. These 3 ingredients plus water is everything that you need for the basic recipe, but I will also explain to you how you can zhuzh it up and make it a little bit more exciting too. You will also need something to strain your oat milk through. My personal preference is a jelly bag that looks like this. It's basically just a mesh bag that you use for straining, and this one is synthetic. I prefer the jelly bag because it's just a little bit easier to clean. You're also welcome to do the more traditional option, which is a cheesecloth. These are made of natural fibers, kind of a linen-y material, and it comes in a big square that you would add your oat milk to and squeeze it out like that. So I find for practicality, the jelly bag or nut milk bag is just a little bit simpler, but of course the cheesecloth works just as well. Step 1 is that we're going to soak the oats. They don't have to soak for very long. I just soak them for half an hour, and quite honestly, if I'm in a hurry, I just don't bother really soaking them at all. But what the soaking does is helps get rid of the kind of slimy consistency that oats can often take on. I have here 1 cup of oats, and I'm going to add 3 cups of just lukewarm water. There are some really awesome brands of oat milk on the market, and they are super allergy conscious, and I love that they exist. But I also do like just the process and the ritual of making oat milk myself. It is also, admittedly, significantly cheaper. The oats have now been sitting for half an hour in water, and they're much softer and becoming a little bit translucent. The next step is to blend these murky, swampy looking oats until it looks like oat milk. You will need to have something into which to pour the oat milk. So I'm going to use my giant measuring cup. I'm just going to rinse it out first to get out all of these large flakes of oats that are left. But you can also use a bowl or a large jar, whatever you have at home. Now you can take your jelly bag or your cheesecloth, whatever you want to use, and just line whatever receptacle you've chosen. All right, lined receptacle is ready. And now we can pour the oat milk directly in, and it smells incredibly oaty right now. This part's gonna go really quickly. I promise. You're just gonna gather up either the cheesecloth or the jelly bag, and we're going to squeeze it out until all that remains in there is just oat pulp. You can also hold on to the pulp that comes out of the oats. Sorry, this doesn't sound very good. And you can use it as compost for your garden, or you can throw it into a muffin recipe. Like, you don't have to throw it away because you can use it for other things. At this stage, you technically have oat milk. So congratulations if you made it this far. You're doing a great job. But now we're gonna flavor it and adjust the texture with a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt. So we're gonna throw it back into the blender and we're gonna blend it up one more time. The oat milk goes back into the blender. Then we add our 1 teaspoon of oil. This is gonna give it a slightly creamier consistency. And then we're gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's it, we have homemade oat milk. We can put it in jars, we can put it into bottles. However you want to store it is up to you. I like to throw a label on it that says oat milk so that I don't get it confused with other things in the fridge. But we can also zhuzh it up with a little bit more flavor. You can add vanilla and a little bit of honey or maple syrup to give you a really beautiful, lightly sweet, flavorful oat milk. So I'm going to divide this in half, and I'll set that half aside for now. And I'm going to make this half into a strawberry oat milk. I have here a bowl of fresh strawberries. I have about 6 very large strawberries here, and I'm gonna cut them up very roughly and add them to my blender with half my batch of oat milk. I'm also adding a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Oh my God, it smells like summer. Imagine this in a smoothie or even in your oatmeal in the morning. Oh my gosh, this would just be so delicious. Ooh, a hot strawberry latte. Yes, I'm gonna make that with this. For chocolate milk, I'm going to put in half a batch of oat milk. For the chocolate version, I'm actually gonna add just a pinch more of salt because the salt really helps bring out the flavor of the chocolate. So I would say I added like 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a really small amount. Next, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of pure cocoa powder. And then I'm also gonna add 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. You can also use honey for this, and honestly, you can use agave. You can use a little bit of sugar even if you wanted, whatever way you prefer to sweeten things. And now we blend again. Your fresh homemade oat milk should last 3 to 4 days in the fridge if you have it in an airtight container. I really like using these bottles because they're just very easy to store and very easy to pour from without getting a lot of spillage. Imagine adding this to an iced coffee or baking it into a cake. There are so many things you can do with this aside from obviously just drinking it, which is also super delicious. Now the most important question is, which one of these are you gonna try first? Original, vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate? And I can tell you that I will be drinking the strawberry one right away. I think I'm gonna make a little hot coffee drink with it because that sounded like a really good idea. Whichever one of these delicious drinks you do end up trying, please leave a comment below because both the lovely people of Allergic Living and myself would absolutely love to know what you think of this oat milk recipe. And this is a great time to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and to like this video. And if you would love to see more amazing recipes like this, again, leave us a comment. Thank you so much, and happy oat milk making, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.